Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Now, there's not a lot to do for this particular episode, so I thought why not do something completely quiet? Just sit down and just fish. That's literally it. That's the only thing we're gonna do this entire episode. Now, obviously, as you know, because this is the horror Minecraft server, obviously we're gonna have probably a couple skip well, as I live and breathe. So yeah, that's basically the entirety of this of today's episode. We're just gonna fish, and I guess while we do that, we can just talk about maybe just anything in general. I'm not exactly sure what to talk about at the moment, but I'm sure I will come up with something. Anyways, so I guess there are a few things to talk about. Worth talking about at the starting things off. Streaming. I know at least one person in my who maybe still perchance watches me once is wondering where's the stream? Where's the stream? You know, it's I I think I mean it's not that I don't mind streaming is a thing. It's that I just don't really care anymore. I mean, I used to enjoy streaming. I used to enjoy talking to people, but um, as as uh as time started to pass by, there was just really no reason to be streaming anymore. I mean, I was streaming a lot when I had my when I first got my daycare center job, but then as time passed, the need to want to stream just kind of faded. So there wasn't really any more reason left to actually content create in any way. And I'm still uploading videos now, but that's because I have a current fixation with the Minecraft server, right? By all intents and purposes, I'm I've moved from a content creation perspective where I used to want to, constantly get watch hours, subscribers. That's why I did Ghost of Tabor a lot. But as time started to take its natural course and the want for to play Tabor had slowly just faded over time naturally, and then now with the context that that after all my friends started to get laid off, there wasn't really much incentive to be sticking around in the server anymore. I mean, shit, how unprofessional can you get that you lay off your employees through fucking Discord? Um, and then yeah, you also gotta factor in the fact that I that my interest in the game just started to fade, and it just all culminated in just severe disinterest and no longer wanting to, interact with the game in any way. I mean, okay, Tabor, you know what it kind of feels like. I want to look at their games all objectively, but Silent North has not received an update since since I had last bought it. That is extremely terrible. Ghost of Tabor is bland and boring now, and it was their lightning in a bottle per se, being unique and one of the first extraction shooter VRs out there. Um, and then I don't. And then Grim is not is only in the name, related to them in the name, in the form of the developer is one of their developers, solo developer is making the game. For all intents and purposes, that game is made by Toast and Toast alone, and it has almost zero ties with Combat Waffle in any way. So setting aside all the crazy layoffs, because from what I can tell, they started bringing in AAA developers, but their bones are so terrible to begin with that I don't know if it was the right idea. So my friends are out of a job. Um, don't know what the fuck Scott is doing, and I just stopped feeling the want to content create anymore. So that culminates into just what you see right now before you, where you're literally going to spend an hour talking with me, and just well, hopefully fishing in peace and quiet. I something tells me that something's about to go horribly wrong, and then we're going to have to fight for our lives. Feels like that always happens at the end of the day. How cute I am. How cute. But I'm not sure if this was part of like the recorded video or the last video, but I'm not exactly sure if this was part of the last video, but okay. Well, I'm not sure. Like I was trying to say, I'm not exactly sure if it was part of the last video, but I was but I had made a uh queen slime like fishing rod, and then I, like an idiot, I put it into my fucking offhand, and then God overrode it with an Eye of Ender, and then I lost the entire thing. So that's why I'm using a regular fishing rod, and I think I'm gonna and that's also one thing, is that I'm going to start eventually transitioning to just regular Minecraft weapons over time, because at the end of the day, the amount of effort that I have to put into getting just baseline upgrades is just not worth it, especially in the Tinker's Construct mode. I want to look at Addendum A, the pickaxe that we have right here. Currently, we have Hastiest and Luckier on it, right? So Luckier is fortune, or luck of the sea, or anyone, or just anyone. Take your pick, right? And basically, it takes one ability slot, and then the remaining two are free, so that you can get all the way up the Fortune 3 or Luck of the Sea 3, because it applies to a fishing rod as well. So they give you 3 recipes, and you have, oh no, they give you 4 recipes, sorry. They give you 4 recipes, and you have to do basically at least 3 of them, and the easiest one is 2 blocks of lapis, two ingots of copper, and a blue flower. Now, why specifically a blue flower, I don't know, but flowers should probably be not that hard to find. But just imagine you can't find, I believe it's a blue orchid or a cornflower. you're not in the right biome for it, so now you have to go and find that biome. It gets pretty annoying. And then the second one is you need goat blocks and like an ender pearl or something. I don't specifically remember what it is, but the long and the short is that it is way too much effort just to get fortune 2. The third the third and fourth one are just even worse somehow. You need a fucking rabbit's foot. You need a rabbit's foot, and that's ridiculous because there's no way in hell anyone's gonna in a world where in a horror server where killing animals is inherently bad. There's no way anyone's gonna ever get a rabbit's foot, not unless we trade it with a cleric, which right now our current priorities are on getting that fucking uh villager to give us mending. You know how much paper I've given away to that thing? It's a lot to keep it simple. So I also want to discuss the general future of this server. So I'm fronting the next month's lifetime. It's $20 and I'm willing to pay it just this once. I don't know about future. If I'm genuinely having a lot of fun, then yeah, I may continue fronting more money, but as it currently stands, basically everyone in this server who isn't me or well, okay, we have let's list off the people in this server. There's me, there's Short Stack VR, there's Soul BC, there's OG Alaska, Viewey. I'm sure if you even remotely know like even you should some of you should probably know Viewey. I think he's relatively well established. Let me Google real quick. I mean, yeah, 17.4K is quite a lot. He used to work for Tabor. Oh, I see. Then I don't know what is Viewey's employment state. We also have uh not Aurelian Soul. Uh it his name is Tanner, or they call him Tanner. What the fuck is with you guys? Yeah, so we got oh, Lightning Soul. Aurelian Soul's the guy from League of Legends. The sexy dragon. And I don't know their employment state, so as far as I know, the only technically employed people are me and Short Stack VR. So Stacks paid for the first month and then he proceeded to not play, which is very fucking weird. Um and I'm willing and I've already paid like I don't like about a third of I pay like a third of the server so far. Which once again I was more than willing to do. Dude, that's not the point. The point is that not a lot of people currently are financially in a position to be contributing to this server, and that's why I am making the decision to front another month, because I'm just having a severe addiction and am having so much fun. with it. I mean, right now, I mean, shit, even right now, like just talking, talking and and just and just fishing. I would argue that I'm having relatively amount of fun. There's definitely been some very interesting things that have happened during fishing so far, and it's only just the beginning. I mean, shit, man, how fucking long do we have? But yeah. Anyways, on to the next topic. Tinker's Construct. Um, you know, honestly, the only actual um use that I can find for Tinker's Construct are specifically these three tools. The 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 cleaver deals a lot of damage, no doubt, no doubt about that, obviously. But where Tinker's comes into play with its as an offensive weapon is that it in of itself is it allows me to put melting on it, which melting allows us to go and farm certain items easier. Not Minecraft objects, mind you. Specifically Tinker's Construct items. So it does have a use case. It also has allowed me to basically get a lot of easy so no head. Get easy hits, which is definitely useful since eventually the wither is definitely a thought. Man, can you imagine if I was so so incredibly unemployed that I actually made like, I don't know, a fucking iron golem farm and then just build a beacon fully out of or iron, sorry. Ah, be nice to get a conduit though. But yeah, no, for the most part, and then there's also the pick, and then there's back to the pickaxe. Getting luckier is a pain in the ass, so I'm just going to get a regular pickaxe with mending on it, because at the end of the day, that's just gonna be more this is gonna be easier. 'Cause, I mean, a little bit of lag, huh? I don't know what to do with all this puffer here. Do not let this guy give you a hand job. Uh, so what is the future of this channel going forward? Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Because because I don't even know what I'm doing with this channel now. I still do enjoy recording and editing. That's definitely for sure. But I've been I'm more focused on doing it more as a for myself thing rather than as a I want to do this because I I need money from it. I'm currently employed. The wage is not the best, obviously, but it's completely sufficient for what it for for the amount of work that I'm doing. Um, I I don't need money from YouTube anymore, and also kind of uh just YouTube in general is an incredibly oversaturated market. There are so many people who want to become YouTubers, and usually the people who are the loudest usually end up becoming the people with a lot of notoriety. Just the fact that I am making a video about just talking for like literally an hour just shows you where I kind of stand in general amongst all those YouTubers, YouTubers who are infinitely more successful. You know, you look at all of them. Kai Cenat, probably not XQC. You know, they're all entertaining in their own way. And you know, while I do make myself laugh, you know, Okami, the only guy who can ever make the only guy to ever make himself laugh. I just I am just no longer interested, and it's a very competitive market in which if you don't give it your all, you're not you're not gonna make it. That's just the unfortunate truth is that you have to dedicate it to it full time. Otherwise, you're never going to actually actually make it per se. And and I mean that has never really been truer than currently what we're what has happened to my channel. But then once again, the channel has always been about personal archiving. The Tabor period was like the I want to become a YouTuber bit, and then after I quit Tabor, it became the I do whatever the fuck I want. And man, scrap videos. I have so many because I record them, I'm not happy with them, and then I delete them, not even bothering to like, you know, do anything. And would you believe me if I said that this has, you know, this has spanned as far back as like three years ago. Not even when I was starting to take content creation seriously anymore. This was like this was like Okami's national service era, you know. The first three videos that I ended up scrapping a really long time ago was Okami goes to Brunei, Okami goes to Indonesia, and Okami goes to Australia. It's supposed to kind of be like a live vlog that of me going to, well, Brunei, Indonesia, and Australia. Unfortunately, all the files are gone except for Australia, but I have absolutely zero motivation to edit Australia. Brunei was probably arguably the funniest. The one at the one part of, of the entire trip that I saved the most, that was the funniest. I have unlisted and privated because of just how fucking funny it is, but for the most part, you know, it's just yeah, I just don't. I just didn't want it to make those videos because, well, it was difficult to edit my face out. As you all know, I'm a faceless YouTuber. Maybe maybe a long time ago I had my face or something on my channel, but I actively try to keep my face out. And that's because I've always been a private person. I keep things incredibly private. I have a Twitter. I don't let anyone follow it. The only place I let people follow me and like watch me on is in fact YouTube, because YouTube, there is a certain level of anonymity that I can keep. Anonymity. I can't fucking say it. But yeah, I can separate what I do when I'm not content creating from basically everything else that I do that I do, and that's honestly the most like appealing factor about YouTube. And like I said, it's all about archival anyways. This is about me doing what I want to do when I want to do it. And you know, wanting to earn money from it was definitely one of the periods of times in in my life. But it was not. But you know, it was realistically feasible when I was actually creating Tabor. But since I stepped away from Tabor, it's not really possible anymore because I fucked up my algorithm. You see, people were subscribing to me because YouTube saw that I was gaining, you know, net flow from streaming this one particular game. So they push that my form of content, the topic towards people who are interested in that. And Tabor in of itself was a very interesting game. But then, you know, it happened where I quit and then I started doing a shit ton of variety. And then it's combined with the fact that I don't really I just do the most basic bitch editing. Like so it just culminates into me, you know, it's never really I've never really taken YouTube seriously, I suppose, based on what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, I am glad that I'm prioritize as selfish as it is. I am prioritizing myself. Actually, it's not even selfish. It's just I am prioritizing myself as a person over a basically a bunch of random internet strangers who subscribe to me because they think I'm entertaining or whatever, and then I never end up then we don't end up meeting. I guess that's something I've always had a gripe with, was the parasocialism of YouTube. You know, people on the internet like to act like they know this one person online just because they consume all of their stuff. And I guess with YouTubing it is technically more personal because you're addressing people properly. Like, you know, stan culture was always the thing, let's just be completely honest, but it never got this bad until content creators, because you know, you could stand Justin Bieber or whoever, but you know, at the very least they are very much aware that you know, outside of like concerts, you're never gonna meet them IRL. And you know, but then you have content creation, which is just such a fucking cesspool, dude. You know, go into just a bunch of like, you know, people who who act as if like, okay, I guess biggest the biggest and clearest example would probably easily be be how do I say this nicely? Uh, hot tub streamers and personality streamers. Big personality. Um, basically streamers who maybe show a little bit too much skin, perhaps, and are like literally towing the line between getting banned. Sad thing is that Twitch moderation teams are also full of fucking simps. So a man could accidentally have his fucking dick out and he'd be permabanned, but then a woman pops the titties and shows off her Gucci and she'll get unbanned in 3 days. You know, no big deal. So yeah, the people spend a lot of money to people send a lot of money to content creators. You know, tier 3 sub, blah blah blah. You know how to bid. I'm gonna I'm gonna go for a little while. You know, we can take a break. Who opened this door? Soul is not logged on since this shit is still broken though. And I got on this since I got on this morning. So where's everyone going? Bingo? Alright, we should be in the clear. We should be in the clear. I hope. We're not in the clear. I saw him. Son of a bitch. Alright, you wanna throw down? I can stand here. I don't mind. I'll wait until you fucking despawn. Have you despawned? Not. Are you really? This is harassment, sir. I'm calling CPS on you. And then there's a fucking fucked up low poly cow as well. You guys are literally so annoying. Alright, screw you guys. I don't actually have anything to do. Shade. Did an egg just pop out your butt? Nothing. I just froze. Yep, he's gone. I hope. If I come in here and I get murdered, I'm gonna maul. Have my chair back, please. Yeah. Well, I guess. Nah, I like the view better. I like the view better when further up. But the trade-off is that apparently I get stuck. Yeah, that's it right here. At least we can get out, right? Where what was I on? Oh right, so yeah, there's nothing really much else to discuss, I'm gonna be honest. I'm only 35 minutes in. Like you go into a podcast and you have absolutely nothing to say. Well, I hope everyone's doing well in life. I hope you're hope you're finding and doing what you enjoy. You know, I enjoyed doing content creation for a period of time, but as time dragged on, well, you know how it goes. You know, I don't. I mean, it's not like I hate content creating these days. It's just that it is infinitely more tedious now, especially when you are working when you're working an actual job. You know, if I was unemployed, I could crush out. I could make a video every single day and upload every other day and collectively accumulate into however many hours. I mean, back then I don't even remember streaming that much. I remember making a fuck ton of videos, and I would basically do like 3 or 4 raids, and then just call it with whatever tabor topic I had back at that time, and just yeah, that's it. Wrap it up, gentlemen. Edit, simple edits, and then and how the hell did I ever put up with editing so much back in the day? Ah, man. Scrap videos. We also one in recent that was scrapped. Geronimo. I played Geronimo and it was quite fun, but at the end of the day, it is in early access, so there are a lot of kinks to iron out, and I felt it wasn't worth a video, so I deleted the footage. Also, there was Into the Radius 2, a whole ass playthrough of it. Convergence. Well, actually, ironically, Soul just play Convergence today. Well, today technically is yesterday for him, playing till like 1 a.m. or something. And then so many. There actually, funnily enough, there was a there was gonna be a there's gonna be an echo visual novel thing. Watch an otter get railed by a fucking wolf. I mean, in text, not in the actual thing. There was one of the planned videos was also to fucking do an Adastra video, which is where husband comes from, but then I realized that I would have to go and fucking censor out like every single sprite and whatever, and you know, A- Adastra as a visual novel is widely available. You can watch it, read it if you want. You don't need me to commentate for it. Astatos, well, one of the planned videos that I'm not following through on is Astatos like card tier list, because one thing I realized is that a card tier list is you can view it as incredibly useful, yeah, but also the problem is that a card tier list usually entails, you know, actually playing the PvP aspect of the game, and I've only ever played the non PvP aspect of it, which is to basically say that I've only played against AI, which obviously is dramatically different from playing against people. The strategy of solo of versus AI and versus other players is likely very different in that game, and I have no actual like PvP experience, so I wouldn't know shit about how good cards are, except for you know, what they do as a base. And then there's also adding on to the fact that they need to add season they need to add chapter 3 of Astatos, which will um add uh I don't actually remember which ones they had, but uh, I think it was Nekojishi, which is another which is one of the visual novels that they made that's actually NSFW, but who actually gives a shit. And then also Beak Familiar Spirit, which is and then Beak Familiar Spirit, which is kind of like a visual novel, but it's told through like texting someone, and the story was actually quite decently good. I played it when it first came out. The only thing I didn't really like about Beak Familiar Spirit was that you kind of had to go and pay to see the images. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. If I actually that I actually fronted some money. Then again, I was working at that time, so I definitely didn't mind spending some dosh. It's the same thing with what's happening right now. Is I mean, since I'm working and I actually have a decent wage, I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind fronting some money for the servers, considering I'm literally spending. I've literally spent 40 minutes doing nothing but fucking fishing inside it, right? So if you have a gun, I got a manolin handle. Holy shit! I wonder if I could tear those down into to make more more like manolin. But I do also want to do something, but that will be after the hour of fishing has elapsed. Yeah, this video is completely unedited, by the way. You have and you will be watching one full hour of me literally fishing amongst other things. Fucking furries behind me. Eh. I do. What I plan to do is I plan to fully upgrade my gear all the way up the nether, right? And currently I can't do that for obvious reasons. Well, but I mean technically the fastest way to get all the way up to 30 levels would be to mine the shit out of that quartz ore. But I don't really want to go back into the nether for now because I'm lazy as shit. I've spent way too much time in the nether. Actually, actually the reason you see golden carrots in my inventory was that offline I found a bastion. I went into the bastion and then I took the smithing template and literally spent every single diamond to my name to go and duplicate those smithing templates. So now I have 8 smithing templates, which is, well, it's 7 diamonds to duplicate a smithing template. So I duplicated it 7 times. So you can come up with the map on how much diamonds I had spent. But anyways, yeah, we have 8 smithing templates, which is well, I technically only need 4, but it's good enough for me to get one set of armor going, and then have 4 more for the other people to duplicate it if they wish. And then I also do want to eventually get a regular netherite pickaxe, and then enchant it so that I can have efficiency 4 or 5, whatever. I'm breaking 3, fortune 3 on it. and then add mending on it as well, of course. Unfortunately for this current fishing rod, it doesn't have lure 3, so that's why it's taking honestly a little bit long for fish to catch, but luck of the C3 is more important anyways, considering we are trying to farm these bad boys, right? We already got one efficiency 3, which is technically the equivalent, technically just the straight up equivalent of my cobalt pickaxe right now, because it's got hastiest, which is basically exactly that. But I mean, if we want to talk about, like, you know, this sustainable farming, we're not angering God by when we're fishing, so according to him, this is perfectly fine. Never mind the fact that I have borderline 100 and basically like 140 fucking fishes in my chest, all dead and dying, gasping. You know, it probably smells like, well, rotten fishing there. I reeled too soon. Trying to account for lag. I got beaten to the punch. Meanwhile, something is just constantly dying around me because annoying Okami is like the game's #1 priority. You know, I logged on today onto the server, and the first thing that happened was that it was night. I was getting ready. I wanted to make this nice chair so that I could sit down and just enjoy my fishing. And then the mole came, for some reason, spawned through my island, busted through everything, you know, and guess where it spawned? The fucking kelp farm. It spawned on the kelp farm. It broke everything, sent blocks flying. It destroyed one of my dripstones. One of the 2 dripstones that I had taken is now fucking gone because of the mole. And it broke 4 pistons and 5 observers. So I had to go and get all of that remade as well. Can you imagine that? Like, of course I'd be fucking pissed. You know? So, I mean, alright, I guess. Too fucking shay. You know, honestly, like, if I had a choice, I would... If I was, you know, server owner, what I would disable the mole's ability to spawn above ground, #1. Because it is supposed to be something that lives underground. I don't know why it's...
I'm looking for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 12, 20, 21, 20 to 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30. I'm going to look for it.
As per usual, can't ever just fucking peacefully fish, I guess. Don't I have other things to worry about than you being a piece of shit? You trying to fuck me?
Game over. You win. That was fun. Let's play again someday.
Piece of shit. He was trying to fuck me. Uh, you know, unfortunately, because I am very, very biased against some of the events that do happen within this server, I would basically remove or reconfigure most of them. This guy is completely fine. I don't really care about him. Playmate, hiding and seeking is technically fine, but most of the time it ends up being more annoying than anything. I would remove Twixo Stalker because Twixo Stalker is annoying as shit, and he kind of just appears and then instantly kills you, and basically it's the definition of slop horror, unfortunately, and the comments kind of reflect that. This is another one of Twixo Stalkers, but this one is actually good. This one is the Cursed Forge. This one is the Cursed Forge Stalker. The other one I think might be from the Neo Forge side of things. Because we have a thing that allows for Neo Forge mods to work as well. Even though there is technically I don't know why that other guy's still in the game, but just fucking annoying. And he used to break everything in his path just to get to you, which was doubly annoying and just not fun at all. Man from the Fog is completely fine. The mole, I would configure it so that it would only spawn in the caves and never above ground at night, because above ground it just literally destroys everything, and that's like not fun at all, honestly. Soul was saying like, oh, at least it didn't get your house. Well, it's gone my house twice, you know. Except the first time it got up to my house, it immediately fell through the dirt floor. So it wasn't that big of a deal. The second time it broke my kelp farm. You know, it was good iron that I farmed, you know. The only reason I still have iron now is precisely because I went and raided that bastion and got like 3 blocks of iron. I didn't even get all the gold blocks there as well. I could be swimming in gold right now. Is the thing too. That's pretty good. That might actually be better than what I currently have. If I could give it luck of the C3 and Lure 3, then I would replace it. Replace this with that. But this thing is already quite expensive because it got luck of this. I slapped luck of the C2 on it, and then I slapped another, and then I combined another fishing rod with it that had luck of the C2, making luck of the C3. If I combine this right now, it would get mending, unbreaking, lure 2, and luck of the C3. And lure 2 is nice, but why not go all the way with lure 3, right? So, yeah. I don't think the after part will be very long. Like what happens after I'm done getting all of this. I'm mostly just going to start actually cooking all of my netherite, and then making netherite armor, and then making. I need to take out all the fucking cobalt though. I don't want to accidentally make more manolin. I'm also very thirsty because I've been speaking for 54 minutes straight, basically, or about there. I'm gonna get my drink out. I also got my clippers out because I also want. I was like, do I wanna clip my nails while I'm talking? I was like, probably not, just in case they can hear it. Yeah, professional. Well, I'm not a professional. That's a lie. I kind of just do whatever I want. There's the lag. So in terms of progress, like it's clear to see. It's clear to see which one of us has the most amount of progress, but that's just by proxy of the fact that the fact that I've never really seen anyone else online for the most part, but also the fact that in general I don't really have anything to do. I'm making content out of it, so technically I'm at least being relatively productive, but for the most part, for the most part, I spend a lot of time on the server. I'm making the money work. That's the thing. I'm making sure that the value of the value of the server is paid in its full. And I just hurt my sister. I should go say hi to her. I'm gonna go say hi to her real quick. I hope I don't get murdered. Certainly an interesting thing to come back to. I'm just gonna pretend it's not there. Yeah, exactly. If you don't pretend, if it's not there, it's just go away. Uh, oh, well, how many levels have we gone from this? It's like I think we were like 8 or something because we were murdered by Twixel Stalker once again. Um. All right, I think I'm done. None of these. So she's screaming, she's screaming really loudly, which confuses me because when I stood in her doorway to say hi to her, she was playing a PS2 game. Specifically, she was playing SpongeBob SquarePants Creature from the Krusty Krab, which is not a horror game. Maybe she's overreacting, but maybe she's playing, but she's also not even like a YouTuber or anything. So I've actually never understood that about her. She she always acts as if she always over exaggerates and acts as if someone's watching her. And I think that's mainly the fault of the fact that she's very easily invisible. Uh, so Milton. Mono right, but it's only three nuggets. That's literally nothing. Alright. Screw that then. This is the only ancient debris I'm leaving in here because, well, I mean technically I farmed every single ancient debris that we have so far. To be fair, so technically it's like that one character from Lazy Town. I say where everything is mine, but it actually is everything is mine. You know. Another the mole also broke part of my elevator too. Incredibly annoying, but I had but that one was a relatively easy fix, not that big a deal. All right, ores, 9 ancient debris. Favored it coal. I will never understand that. And I'm pretty sure I need this as well. Oh yeah, the armor that I was gonna enchant. So 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 I'm gonna be honest, this armor fucking sucks. Especially these 3 bits. They're going to the grand stone. This is good. I can keep this. But I'm going. Oh, it's 4 per. Jesus. Alright, so we have 2 so far. That's 2 upgrades so far. Right? So now that that's done, we uh I need a yeah, I need this. I need smithing. Okay, I'll gladly add it to this one first. Whole ass ingot. Oh, posh. Let's protect 4 the highest it can go. Because if it can, then I should just put... Technically, it would be best to just put what's it called? It would be best to just put mending on and call it a day. All the other things can go fuck themselves. But no, I'm just gonna grab one more mending book and I'm gonna call it for the recording, and the rest will all just be more fishing, more fishing. I need more fishing because I want to get the level whatever, right? So what I need. I don't wanna breed any more cows. As you can see, I'll stick to chickens. I've made too much of them, repopulated them too much, and it's really we may very well require a culling, which is incredibly unfortunate, but also it kind of needs to happen eventually because of just because it's getting to the point where it's a lot of them. Alright, well, that's gonna be it for today's episode. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I'm going to continue the farm stuff offline, and just, you know, continue doing whatever. So thank you all so much for stopping by, and yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.